name is Zoe Bruce, and today I'll be showing you how to put together, play, and disassemble your clarinet. The first thing you will want to do is take your clarinet and place it on the floor. For this video, it will be resting on a pink cube so you can see the case. Next thing you want to do is make sure that the thinner part of the case is on top, because that is going to be the top, and make sure that your clarinet is laying the correct way in the case. So after making sure the thin part is on top and it is on the floor, you will then open your case. The first thing you want to do is take out your reed. Your reed is what creates the vibrations in order to allow the clarinet to produce sound. You will take the reed and place it in your mouth for the entirety of assembly. For this video, I will not have it in my mouth so that way I can explain to you how to put together your clarinet. The first piece you want to take out of the case is going to be the bell. The bell is shaped like a bell. The next thing you will do is take the lower joint. The lower joint has one piece of cork. You'll insert that lower joint piece of cork into the bell and gently twist. If you have difficulties putting the lower joint onto the bell or any other piece with cork on it, you'll want to apply cork grease to the cork. The next piece will be the upper joint. Now the upper joint has two pieces of cork. You will want to make sure that the bottom piece of the cork has the bridge key. The bridge key is what overlaps onto the lower joint. You'll press down the keys with the bridge and then gently twist it onto the lower joint. You will want to make sure that it is lined up with the bridge key on the lower joint. After the upper joint is secure onto the lower joint, you'll then take the barrel. The barrel has a wider part and a more narrow part. You'll take the wider part and place it over the cork on the upper joint. The last piece in the case is the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece has a mouthpiece cap that you will want to remove and place back into the case. You will then place the mouthpiece onto the barrel. Now the next piece is the ligature. You want to remove the ligature and take the reed out of your mouth. The reed you will place on the flat part of the mouthpiece. You want to leave a little bit of black at the top of the reed. You will then take the ligature with the screws on the right side and gently place it over the reed and the mouthpiece, and then tighten. You want to tighten it to make sure that the reed is secure but not so tight as to crack it. Now your clarinet is assembled. Now let's talk about playing posture. Your playing posture, you want to be sitting up tall. If you slouch, it'll disrupt your airway. So you'll sit up, and then you will make sure that the clarinet is not so far out as to where the bell is pointing at the audience, and not so close as it is touching your body. You want it at a comfortable distance, about 30 to 45 degrees, like so. Now, in order to play the clarinet, you will want to discuss the setting of the embouchure. For beginners, the best way to practice this is by removing the barrel and the mouthpiece. You'll ensure that the reed is wet. And then you will curl your bottom lip just enough to where a little bit of pink is showing. And then gently lay the reed side of the mouthpiece onto that lip. The next part will be placing your teeth on top of the mouthpiece, but do not apply pressure and bite down. Then you will seal with your lips. And the last part will be to blow air. You will then reapply the barrel to the upper joint of the clarinet. Then you apply that same technique to play notes. Now, the best note for beginners to learn is going to be C. Now, on the clarinet, there's only one part where there is absolutely secure to your body, and that is on the thumb rest with your right hand. So, the first note has them pressing down keys in order so that way they do not drop the clarinet or press down keys by accident. So the C is played with the thumb key, and then the first 3 fingers, and then the thumb is on the thumb rest, and then these 3 fingers will just lightly float above these bottom 3 keys. Then you will lift your 3rd finger, and then this will be D. And then you lift your middle finger, and then this is E. Those are the first 3 notes for a beginner clarinet. These 3 notes allow for there to be multiple points for the clarinet to be secured in their hands, and it does not allow them room to drop it. Now that you know how to properly begin playing your clarinet and assemble it, let's talk about disassembly. And the first thing you will want to do is take the reed case out of the case, loosen the ligature, and remove the reed. You'll remove the reed by not touching the tip of the the tip of the reed, and then you will place the reed back into the reed case. You will then remove the mouthpiece and place the mouthpiece cap back onto the mouthpiece and place into the case. You will then take the swab out of the case and take the weighted end and drop it into your clarinet. It'll come out the bottom, and then you pull. This will allow the swab to remove any excess moisture from the clarinet as to prevent mold from growing. We'll then place the swab back into the clarinet case, remove the barrel, press the bridge keys on the upper joint, and then gently twist to remove the upper joint, and gently place into the case. Lastly, gently twist and remove the lower joint and place into the case, and then place your bell. Place your bell. Lock. And now you're all set. You now know how to assemble, play, and disassemble your clarinet.